Well, today is the 25th of March 2015. A very good afternoon to you and welcome to this edition of Lunchtime News with me, Katharina Chang. Now starting off with your headlines this afternoon, President Maithripala Sirisena to engage in an official visit to China. Foreign Minister Basil Rajapaksa to be brought to Sri Lanka for questioning. Tense situation erupts between group of police officers and residents of Udayanpura. Now on to the stories in detail. Police say that former Minister Basil Rajapaksa is to be brought back to the country to obtain a statement for alleged irregularities said to have taken place at the Divinagama department. Police media spokesperson ASP Ruwan Gunasekara said that the Financial Fraud Division has sought advice of Attorney General in this regard. The ASP added that a statement is to be recorded from Basil Rajapaksa over the use of Divinagama department funds for the recently concluded presidential election, irregularities in providing the Divinagama gratuity and several other matters. He went on to note that a statement from the former Director General of the Divinagama department has already been obtained. The police went on to say that the former Director General had stated that funds from the department were provided under the instructions of the former minister and thereby a statement will be recorded from Basil Rajapaksa. The police say investigations are continuing to arrest the suspects in connection to the murder of the chairman of the Vadgama Pradesh Sabha, Manoj Pushpa Mendes.
Police media spokesperson ASP Ruwan Gunasekara stated that a special investigation has begun into the incident headed by the Assistant Superintendent of Police. The police added that the name of a shooter was mentioned in the statement recorded by an individual who was injured in the incident, and the police is carrying out investigations to arrest the suspect. The shooting took place at around 11:45 p.m. on Monday in a hotel in Hikkaduwa. Initial investigations revealed that 4 suspects were involved in the shooting.
A tense situation broke out between a group of police officers who had attempted to raid an illicit liquor brewery in Udayanpura Narayanpeta and a group locals in the area.
Locals of the area where the raid was carried out charged that the police officers had begun attacking them, making false allegations. A group suddenly arrived in a 3-wheeler, handcuffed me and tried to take me away. I said that I haven't done anything wrong, so don't take me. The handcuff did not clip. And because it didn't clip, they hit me with it. And I started running with the handcuffs. Then a group came and attacked all my friends.
Then my son told him not to hit anyone and just take him away and go. Then they asked him who is he to tell them that and hit him as well and took him away. Those police officers who were drunk beat up 2 women and the men with poles, where 1 woman was even bleeding. The police officer fell off his bike after running into my vehicle.
We inquired police media spokesperson SP Ruwan Gunasekara over the incident.
When arresting an individual in the area residents have obstructed the duties of the police officers and have tried to free the suspect. It is reported that 3 police officers were injured in the incident, a lady sub-inspector and 2 police constables. The 2 constables are receiving in-house treatment at the National Hospital. One suspect who obstructed the duties has been arrested and we hope to produce him before court.
President Maithripala Sirisena is due to leave the island this afternoon for an official visit to China.
President Maithripala Sirisena is scheduled to hold bilateral discussions with the Chinese Premier Li Keqiang later this afternoon following his arrival to China. The official welcoming ceremony for President Sirisena is due to be held tomorrow under the auspices of the Chinese President Xi Jinping. President Sirisena is also due to preside at a lunch hosted by the President of China tomorrow. According to the presidential media unit, Foreign Minister Mangala Samaraweera, Ministers Champika Ranawaka, Ravi Karunanayaka, Rajitha Senaratne, Jagat Pushpakumara and Vijayadasa Rajapaksa and Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca are also due to arrive in China.
Now, the third round of the Indo Lanka fisheries talks have ended on a positive note. Speaking to Newsfirst, director of the Ceylon Fisheries Association, S.D. Sathasivam, who represented Sri Lanka at the discussion, said that the talks ended last night. 7 proposals to solve the fisheries problems have been presented by the Tamil Nadu fishermen. Sathasivam said that accordingly, the Tamil Nadu fishermen were informed that a decision with regard to the proposals will be arrived after they are discussed at the Northern Province Development Committee meeting, which is scheduled to be held in April under the auspices of the President. A group including Assistant Secretary to the Indian Minister of External Affairs, Suchatra Dhirai, attended these discussions, while a group of 16 represented Sri Lanka. Meanwhile, Indian media reported that 54 Indian fishermen who were released from Sri Lankan custody yesterday have reached Tamil Nadu. Water Resources Joint Trade Union Alliance of the Western Province commenced a trade union action today.
We were to receive a salary hike in January, but we did not receive it until now. The subject minister made promises that this will be approved at the cabinet meetings within the last 2 weeks. This promise is yet to materialize. To protest against not fulfilling of promises, employees of all water supply and drainage board branches in the Western Province will engage in a trade union action from 9 am to 2 pm today. Accordingly, all official work, repair and maintenance work within the province will be halted. Considering the inconvenience caused to the public, we will carry out the work at pumping facilities. We request from officials to provide a solution to our fair demand.
Deputy Minister of Aviation Services Lakshmanya Pabewardena says that his objective is to strengthen Sri Lanka Freedom Party members at district level. The Deputy Minister made this statement while addressing an event in Mathura.
Deputy Minister Lakshmanya Pabewardena paid homage to the Mathura sacred bow tree in line with his appointment as the Deputy Minister of Aviation Services.
ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂ ශක්තිමත් කිරීම තමයි මේ තනතුරෙන් මම කරන්නේ ඉදිරි කාලය ඇතුළත.
With this appointment, I intend on strengthening the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. On one hand, I will support the programs of the President, and on the other hand, there are 2 very important proposals to the country which have been tabled in Parliament. One is the amendments to the Constitution, which will reduce the unlimited powers of the President, and the other is the electoral system. These 2 good things must be fulfilled in Parliament. Such an opportunity has not arisen in the history of the country. This system can be changed if the President works with the strength of the SLFP and the Prime Minister works with the strength of his party members and show their affection to the people.
General Secretary of the JVP, Tilvin Silva, says that the party will not allow for the victory achieved by the people to be reverted. He made this statement addressing an event held in Rajgiriya.
A conference organized under the theme Power Struggle and People's Challenges was held in Obesekarapura, Rajgiriya. A situation has arisen where both the government as well as the opposition is being represented at the same time. When the ministers of the government were sharing positions of the SLFP, the JVP understood that this is not our duty. Our task was to intervene into issues pertaining to democracy and good governance, which were not fulfilled by the government within 100 days. We responsibly state that the victory achieved by bringing together the masses to end the autocratic rule will not be allowed to turn back.
A media briefing was convened by the Frontline Socialist Party yesterday.
Nothing can be done with the executive presidency. Even Chandrika said in 1994 that this will be abolished. So did Mahinda Rajapaksa. Everyone said that this will be abolished, but no one did. So everyone started their campaign saying that they will abolish it. But what has happened? Is there democracy? Are they ready to provide the democracy which they promised? No, because they can't remember any of this. Everyone is lined up at the commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption. That is to put out the act of capturing the thieves on television. All the actors lined up. Then what happened? The talks on democracy reduced gradually. Now no one can remember any of that.
Is it right? Shall I refer to you as General or?
I am General still.
Would you welcome perhaps a local inquiry but with maybe international observers?
Yes, so we have to come to some understanding with the international community now. But finally, it is the government who has to make the final decision.
His first interview after being elevated to Field Marshal, Sarath Fonseca on the hot seat. Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. only on MTV Sports.
Well, that's a wrap for this edition of Lunchtime News. It was an absolute pleasure having you with us. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Katharina Chang. Have a lovely day ahead.